is to constantly try and infuse with an injection self-confidence into people. Because self-confident people are so critical. It is the critical leadership skill. It permits bold action. It allows one to communicate simply. And people don't have to use businessese and complex charts and crazy presentations with more information on the head of a pin than you've ever seen in those awful charts. They can just talk simply and straightforwardly. There's no time for complexity. There is no time in a world that's moving this fast for complexity. And with speed so critical in this global information-based world, self-confidence and simplicity are keys to driving speed, to taking the bold, straightforward actions that are needed. So your job in this subject is to build self-confidence in your people. Your job is to demand simplicity in thought and actions. Laugh at some of the crappy business presentations you get filled with business stuff. And your job is to demonstrate speed to all your people. On leadership, it's built on that foundation of integrity. But after that, for yourselves, it's the 4 E's. It's the 4 E's we all know. It's the energy to cope with fast globalization, the energizing capability to excite the organization, the edge to make the tough call, and the execution skills to make it happen, to deliver, to not disappoint. Those are the 4 E's that you got to measure your people on, yourself on. And as you manage others, think about yourself, evaluate your team on the type of managers you have. Most of you might remember, some might not, the 4 types of managers we always talked about. Type 1, the one that has the values, makes the numbers, promote them. Type 2, who doesn't have the values and doesn't make the numbers, shoot them. Type 3, the one who has the values and hasn't made the numbers, give them another chance. But type 4 is the one you got to care about every day you come to work. Type 4 is the horse's ass, the son of a bitch, who doesn't have the values but makes the numbers. That's the person that you cannot have in this room, or we can't have in our organizations. That's the one that kills and saps the vitality out of any organization, whether it be a school, a business, a government, or anything. The go-to guy. Gee, was filled with the go-to guys. Always deliver the bacon on the backs of people, always taking care of themselves versus somebody else, always up, kissing up, kicking down. You know the types. Find them. We haven't found every one of them, but we're out with a microscope trying to find them, because they're the worst things that occur in an institution. They can't exist, and a company has to bleed them out of here. I think we got most of them, but we're always on the lookout. And you be on the lookout every single day, because you've got to search and get them out of here. Never, never stop looking for them. On training, 7. A multi-business company like GE has more trouble defining functional training because of its diversity. There's no question about it. Finance has always been great. It's become even better. It's generic. It works in every one of our businesses. The FMPs and the audit staff have been the best training ground in this company, and this room is filled with graduates of that because the training was right. It's the best program. It's been the best program in the company, and it'll just keep getting better. Management development at Crotonville's come alive. It's a glue where people learn about the company, lead leadership and themselves, form friendships that last for life, make it better and even more important. But now I think we have a chance to really change the game. I think we have a training program for everyone. Six Sigma. I think we now have found the tool to change the game. I'm convinced the next CEO of GE will be a black belt. It'll happen. It will happen, for sure, because you wouldn't think of having, 20 years from now, somebody that wasn't a absolute black belt doing the job. You wouldn't even think about it. The critical thinking, the skill basis it has. Every business must be sure that every one of their top 20% for sure are offered black belt assignments, 2-year black belt assignments. If I were doing it, I won't be, but I'll give you a suggestion. I would say after 2 to 3 years, 3 years probably, between the 3rd year and the 6th year, every high potential person must take a black belt assignment. And then we'll have critical thinking like the type of thinking that Mark Onetto does, or Pete Van der Balen does, or Gary Powell does, or all kinds of people do. And if they don't make the cut, a little bit like the FMP, going to the audit staff, if they don't make the cut to be black belts, they haven't made it in the company. On people, your job is to field the best global talent in the world every day. That's what your